The room was silent, except for the soft tapping of keyboard keys. A young boy sat in the corner, completely lost in a world no one else could see. That boy was Elon Musk. He wasn't like other kids. While others played outside, Elon was busy reading, thinking, imagining. At just 10 years old, he discovered something powerful: computers. And once he touched it, there was no going back. He didn't just use a computer. He mastered it. Within days, he taught himself programming. Within weeks, he created his first game, Blaster. And then something unbelievable happened. He sold it. At the age when most kids struggle with homework, Elon made money from his own creation. But his life wasn't easy. School felt like a battlefield. He was bullied, pushed, hurt. There were days when he felt completely alone. But instead of breaking, he built something inside himself. A fire. A belief that he was meant for something bigger. Far bigger than his surroundings. At night, while everyone slept, Elon would stare at the ceiling and think, what if I could change the world? Not just one idea, but many. Energy, space, human survival. These weren't dreams. They were missions. But there was a problem. He was stuck in a place that couldn't match his ambition. So he made a decision, a risky one. He left his home country, South Africa, not for comfort, but for opportunity. First stop, Canada, then the United States, the land where impossible dreams had a chance. But reality hit hard. No money, no connections, no guarantees. Just a young man with a mind full of ideas and a hunger that refused to die. He studied at the University of Pennsylvania, physics, economics, not because it was easy, but because he wanted to understand how the world works and how to change it. But Elon didn't want a normal life, a safe job, a predictable future. That was never the plan. He wanted impact, something massive, something that would outlive him. So instead of following the crowd, he dropped out of a PhD program at Stanford after just 2 days. Yes, 2 days. Why? Because something bigger was happening. The internet boom, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And Elon saw it before most people did. While others hesitated, he jumped. No backup plan, no safety net, just pure belief. He and his brother started a small company, Zip2. It wasn't glamorous. They worked in a tiny office, slept on the floor, showered at a public facility, day after day, night after night, building something from nothing. People didn't believe in them. Investors doubted them. But Elon had one advantage. He didn't quit, no matter how hard things got. And slowly, very slowly, things started to change. Their idea began to work. Money started coming in. People began to notice. And then, the moment came. A big company wanted to buy Zip2 for millions. That young boy, who once sat alone with a computer, was now a millionaire. But here's the twist. For Elon, this was just the beginning. Not success, not victory, just the first step towards something much bigger, something the world had never seen before. Money changes people, but not Elon. After selling Zip2, most people would relax, buy a house, travel the world, enjoy life. But Elon, he did the opposite. He risked everything again. Every dollar he had, he poured it into a new idea, an idea that sounded crazy at the time. Online banking. This became X.com. People laughed. Money on the internet? That will never work. But Elon didn't listen. He never did. For him, the future was clear, and he was willing to bet his life on it. But success doesn't come easy, not even for visionaries. Internal fights started. His own team disagreed with him. Tension grew. And then, the unthinkable happened. Elon was kicked out. Yes, the founder of the company was removed from his own creation. Most people would break. Most people would walk away. But Elon, he stayed because he believed in the mission. Eventually, X.com evolved into something bigger, something the world would soon depend on. PayPal. And then, history repeated itself. Another massive deal. Another sale. This time, hundreds of millions of dollars. Elon Musk was now incredibly rich. But again, he didn't celebrate for long, because money was never his goal. Impact was. And now, he was about to take his biggest risk yet. Not the internet, not software, but space. Yes, space. He started a company called SpaceX. People thought he had lost his mind. Private rockets? Impossible. Even experts doubted him. But Elon believed one thing. If humanity wants to survive, it must become a multi-planet species. Mars. That was the goal. But reality hit harder than ever. The first rocket launch failed. The second launch failed. The third launch failed. Each failure burned millions of dollars. Each explosion crushed hopes. Each mistake pushed him closer to bankruptcy. By now, even his supporters started losing faith. The media mocked him. Critics called him a fraud. Friends advised him to stop. But Elon, he refused. Because for him, failure wasn't the end. It was feedback. He had enough money left for just one more launch. One last chance. If this failed, everything would be over. No money, no company, no dream. The pressure was unbearable, but something inside him refused to give up. The day of the fourth launch arrived. Silence, tension, eyes on the rocket. 3, 2, 1, launch. The rocket lifted. Higher, higher. No explosion, no failure. This time, it worked. Success. After 3 brutal failures, SpaceX finally made it. And in that moment, everything changed. NASA took notice. A deal was signed. Billions of dollars. The company was saved. The dream was alive again. But Elon wasn't done. Not even close. Because while SpaceX was fighting in space, another battle was about to begin on Earth. A battle that would change the future of transportation forever. Electric cars, and a company called Tesla. But what happened next was even more dangerous, even more painful, and almost destroyed everything he built. The year was 2008. Everything Elon had built was about to fall apart. On one side, SpaceX was still struggling to stay alive. On the other, a new company was bleeding money every single day. That company was Tesla. Electric cars were not popular. People didn't trust them. Investors were scared. And Tesla? It was burning cash fast. Factories were delayed. Cars weren't ready. Problems kept growing. And Elon had already invested almost everything he had. Then came the worst moment. The global financial crisis hit. Money disappeared from the market. Investors pulled back. Companies collapsed. And Elon Musk was on the edge of bankruptcy. Not just one company, both. SpaceX and Tesla. Everything he built, everything he dreamed, was seconds away from ending. He had to make a choice. Save one company and let the other die, or risk everything and try to save both. Most people would choose safety. Most people would protect what's left. But Elon, he chose risk. He split his last remaining money between both companies. If one failed, everything failed. No backup, no safety, just belief. Days passed. Pressure increased. Employees were worried. The world was watching. And then, miracles began to happen. First, SpaceX. NASA awarded them a massive contract. Billions of dollars. The company was saved. Then, Tesla. At the last possible moment, investors came in. Funding arrived. The company survived. Elon Musk had done the impossible. Twice. He went from almost broke to building 2 revolutionary companies. But success didn't make things easier. It made them bigger, older, more dangerous. Tesla started pushing boundaries. Electric cars became faster, smarter, better. The Model S shocked the world. People started believing the impossible was becoming reality. At the same time, SpaceX was rewriting history. Reusable rockets, landing back on Earth. Something no one thought was possible. But Elon proved it. Again, and again, and again. But here's the truth most people don't see. Behind every success was pain, sleepless nights, endless pressure, risk after risk, criticism, doubt, failure. Elon Musk didn't win because life was easy. He won because he refused to quit. Even when everything was falling apart, even when the world laughed at him, even when failure seemed certain, he kept going because his vision was bigger than his fear. Today, his companies are changing the world. Electric vehicles, space exploration, artificial intelligence, human future. But none of this started with success. It started with a boy, alone in a room, with a computer and a dream that refused to stay small. Friends, if you liked my story, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching the video.